Hi, welcome to Yarning with Angela. My name is Angela, and this is a channel where I do lots of things. So normally I have like knitting or crochet content or diamond painting. I've had some cooking videos, but today is going to be a little bit different. So today I'm going to start, I don't know how regular the series is going to be, but I'm going to do several videos talking about my weight loss surgery, my weight loss journey, and that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna start talking about my reasons for doing the surgery. So this is July of 2020, and I am 7.5 months post-op for a modified duodenal switch. I had surgery in December of 2019, and I am currently down 135 pounds. And so today what I'm going to talk about is why I had the surgery. Because everybody has their reasons why, or their aha moment or whatever, and so I want to keep these videos as short as possible because I could talk for hours about the last year. So why did I have weight loss surgery? It may seem simple to some people, but it is never an easy. I did not. Let me rephrase that. I did not find it to be an easy decision to come to. Weight is. There's many different reasons why people are overweight or obese or morbidly obese. Some people eat to because they're happy. Some people eat to self-medicate for depression. Some people have terrible eating habits, and I am not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and I cannot explain why everybody has the habits that they have. I can only speak to my reasons and to my observations and what my experience has been. So for me, when I think back, I have always been overweight. But when I look at myself in high school, I was not overweight. I felt like I was huge. But at one point I was down to like a size 5, size 7. I was very active at that point, but overall my entire life I have been overweight, and I think that my identity was in being the funny person with a great personality, and so I never could see myself as being the not fat person. I was always the largest person in a group, and that's how I saw myself. Even if I wasn't the largest person, I saw myself as that. And so your perception is your reality. It becomes your reality, and so that's what happened. I've had several things in my life which I did not focus on me, on myself, on my health. I ignored myself. And so I ended up reaching 350 pounds. And well before I hit 350 pounds, I knew that I had to do something. But you hear people say that weight loss surgery is the easy way out. You see shows like My 600-Pound Life, and you're like, oh, well, weight loss surgery is great for them because they're 600 pounds, but you know, if I could just get off my butt and exercise, I would be fine. It's just laziness. And so for many years, I told myself that. And I am here to tell you that if you think that weight loss surgery is the easy way out, you are wrong. It is not. Nothing about weight loss surgery is easy. It is not easy physically. It is not easy mentally. It is not easy professionally. Emotionally, it is not easy. But it is so rewarding and so worth it. I'm so glad that I did it. So at 350 pounds, of course, I had several other health issues, and I still do, not related to my weight, but just because I'm a person. And so I had to address some of the other health issues as well. And so I was, one of the things that kept me from having weight loss surgery was the expense. Many employers, and it's not always up to the insurance company. I think almost every insurance company offers weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, but it is up to your employer whether or not they cover it. And so employers are getting better about it, but they're not great. So there are many, many companies, even large companies, that do not see the benefits of weight loss surgery long term. They consider it to be an elective surgery. Some even consider it to be cosmetic. And I can assure you that weight loss surgery, on the whole, is not cosmetic. Now, there are some people who I'm sure have weight loss surgery at, you know, a BMI of 30, and they do it because they want to, you know, oh, I'm a size 12 and I'm too fat, you know, and that is not an argument that I want to get into. I can only, like I said before, speak to my experience. And my BMI was 60, which at that point it is not cosmetic. Trust me, it is not. And elective, you know, I think everybody right now is learning how insane the concept of cosmetic surgery, or not cosmetic, I'm sorry, but elective surgeries, you know, how they classify elective surgeries. So anyway, I met my out-of-pocket maximum for the year. And so at that point I knew that even though my insurance is great and it covers 75%, that 25% could still be a lot. And, but once I met my out-of-pocket, then that was met. And so I knew that if I didn't do it then, I may never be able to again. So I was able to get in October, and because of the requirements by my insurance company and the wonderful clinic that I went to, I was able to get through everything by the end of the year. Even though, you know, I started in September, my first appointment was in October. I had 3 dietitian appointments, a psych eval, and all of my testing, and my surgery was in December. Some of the other reasons that I had surgery. A couple years ago was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. My A1C was over 13. Even on like 3 diabetes medicines, 2 daily pills and 1 weekly injection, my blood sugars were still out of control. I think the lowest that it got was like 7, and then it was pretty much maintaining. My A1Cs were around 9. And I was on 6 different blood pressure medications, and even on those 6 different blood pressure medications, my blood pressure was staying around 180s over 100 or more. And I was having some serious blood pressure issues and complications based on that. So after my primary care, my OBGYN, my cardiologist, my neurologist, my neurosurgeon, let's see, what other specialty can there be? All recommended that I had weight loss surgery. So everybody was on board. Now, I did not have anybody that was not supportive. And it may be because I was in such terrible health and my weight was so out of control. And I hear people that they have loved ones that don't support them. And I'm sad about that, because I don't know how that would have been if I would have had anybody that I trusted saying, oh no, you shouldn't do this. I don't know how that would have been for me. Because if you're watching this because you know somebody that is considering weight loss surgery, the last thing that they need is you giving them excuses not to do it. They've had a lifetime of excuses not to put themselves first, to not take care of themselves. Don't be another person. Don't be another excuse for them not to take care of themselves. There are chances of post-op complications with any surgery, but your chances of getting killed in a car accident driving to work are higher than dying because of weight loss surgery. And your chances of complications post-op, if you follow the rules and you take your vitamins and you get your protein in, are even lower. So most complications are because people don't follow their instructions. And I know that there's going to be somebody that says, oh, that's not true. My sister's brother's dog sitter, she followed all the rules, and da 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 da. And when you have a BMI of 60 or of 50 or even of 40, you are doing long-lasting damage to your organs. And so even with surgery, which reverses a lot of that, there is still the chance that the damage that you did prior to the surgery will still show itself. I would rather have the surgery and have a better quality of life and take those risks than know that I won't be here in 3 years. And that the 3 years that I have left are miserable and existing instead of living. So it's a choice. But the last thing that somebody needs is somebody poo-pooing on their parade. Another thing that I hear people talk about is that they don't feel comfortable with telling people that they've had surgery. And I understand the fear because they don't want to be judged. But if you work in an office, okay, let me back up. If you are the person that and people are like, oh, I'm a private person, and I understand that. I fully understand that. But if you are the person that is fearful of telling people about it, what if one of your coworkers or one of your friends or your cousins had told you that they had had weight loss surgery and that it was successful? But instead, they lied to you and they told you that they did it by diet. So now, not only do you not have the story of somebody that was successful at surgery, but on top of that, you have that added, well, Susie, she was able to lose 195 pounds in a year by giving up bread and potatoes. So why can't I? I'm a failure, I'm a loser, and I don't deserve to be healthy. Susie didn't lose the weight that way. Yes, some people are able to, but what if Susie had the surgery and didn't tell? And so it makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel like you're less of a person because, well, if she could do it with diet, which she couldn't, then why can't I? But then, as I kind of touched on before going off on that, is if you know 3 or 4 people that have had surgery, but they didn't tell you that they had surgery, or you don't know that they had surgery, that doesn't help you to make the decision. But if you see how well they're doing after, and they've told you, you know, that they've had surgery, then you have more positives. Because if all you hear is the complications or the negatives, then that's all you have to base your opinions on. I have several friends that have had surgery, and none of them, I don't want to say none of them, but very few of them ever said, just out and out, I had weight loss surgery. But after I said, I'm going to have weight loss surgery, they would quietly, off to them, you know, I had gastric bypass X amount of years ago, and it was a wonderful experience, and I have no regrets. You're going to love it. Now, I'm vocal, and I shared. But then I know other people that don't share, and they won't get that positive. So I'm not telling you that you have to tell everybody everything. But I do think it is helpful. And I guess it's kind of a pay it forward type thing that, you know, I am incredibly blessed that I had the surgery. So yeah, like, I'm going to tell, hey, hey, look at my arm skin. Yes, that comes with weight loss surgery, is a little bit of the arm flap. Ugh, it looks awful from there, but that's okay, because you know what? The skin was there before. It just was covering fat. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like pay it forward. And so if I can share my reasons why I did it and my success and the positives, as well as any negatives, if I can share that and help somebody, then I'm paying forward any positive support that I had before I had my surgery, so, or along the way. So that would be me begging you. Yes, I will beg, please don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to say that you have had the surgery, and don't be ashamed to say that you're considering it, because you never know who's listening that can give you that little oomph. And if you're a loved one of somebody that has had the surgery, then share those positives. If you have a loved one that is considering the surgery, don't be the negative person. Don't be the one telling them all the horror stories that you've read or heard, because you know what? They've heard all that. They have, and you're not helping them. And I know you're afraid and you love them, so you're telling them out of love. But you're going to love them to death if they don't do something to change their health. And is that something like, I don't know. So anyway, that's why I had surgery. I have no regrets, except that I didn't do it sooner. This may not be the most exciting video, and if you've made it this far, then thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I hope that I gave you something to think about and something to consider, and I'm hoping that my videos, I can get better at this. This is not something that's comfortable to talk about for anybody. It's very personal, and this is like my 4th take, so yeah. There was tears in some of them. There was rambling, go figure, in some others. So I am, like I said, I am planning on doing some other videos more specific on like what foods that I eat, what diet that, you know, what my plan was, proteins and things like that. But I felt like it was important to kind of start the conversation with why did I have the surgery, so that you understand for future reference. So anyway, that is that. And thank you so much for sticking around if you're still here. I really appreciate y'all. And so go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you like this, subscribe if you want, comment. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer, to provide my insight, my little insight. And thank you so much. Toodles.